Hello everyone, this is Meena Kumari from BVC Engineering College. I am going to explain about data transfer modes of 8255. You know very well, 8255 is a device and it has three ports, port A, port B and port C. By using those three ports, we can connect many I/O devices to the CPU, and it can be operated in two modes, BSR mode and IO mode. Under IO mode, again we have mode 0, mode 1, mode 2. Mode 0 can also be called as basic IO mode. When you operate 8255 in this mode, all three ports are available in mode 0, and those three ports can be configured either as input port or output port. We can use those ports either input or output without handshaking. Coming to mode 1, other name is strobed IO mode. In this mode, ports are available and those ports are either input port or output port with handshaking. Handshaking is possible only in one direction. Coming to mode 2, it can be operated in strobed bidirectional IO mode called as strobed bidirectional IO mode. Bidirectional, that means one port can be used for both input and output, and one port can be used for sending the data and also for receiving the data with handshaking. What is handshaking? Handshaking is a data transfer method actually for sending data efficiently without data loss. That means before sending the data, before receiving the data, the processor checks whether the device is ready or not. Okay, because the slowest devices cannot catch the speed of the microprocessor speed is always fast. Whatever the devices we are connecting to the CPU, those devices have less speed. So while sending the data to the lowest devices, handshake signals must be exchanged for avoiding the data loss. If you see in this table, and these are the ports and these are the modes. Port mean three ports are have. We have three ports, port A, port B, port C, and this is mode 0. For mode 0, all three ports are available. If you see mode 1, only two ports are available, port A and port B. Port C is used for generating the handshake signals. If you operate in mode 2, only port A is available and port B is available, but that port B can be operated either in mode 0 or mode 1. Coming to port C is used for generating the handshake signals. By this table, we can understand which ports are available in modes. Now, for input handshaking, generally we need 4 signals, and among 4 signals, 3 signals are generated by using port C, and those 3 signals are IBF, STB, INTR, input buffer full, stop and INTR, and read bar signal of 8255. 8255 has already RD bar pin, RD bar signal 8255. So no need to generate this read signal by using port C. For output handshaking also we need 4 signals. Among 4 signals, 3 signals are generated by using port C, and those are OBF, acknowledgement, INTR, and fourth signal is the write bar signal of 8255. Listen, input handshaking means CPU is reading the data from the IO device. Output handshaking means CPU is sending the data to the output device. Now let us see input handshaking. That means how the signals are exchanged between the CPU and IO device when the port is acts as input port. That means when CPU is reading the data. Mode 1, actually in mode 1 two ports are available, port A and port B are available. Port C is used for generating the handshake signals. Okay, see in this block diagram. In this diagram we may observe that here IO device is not directly connected to the CPU. IO device is connected to 8255 and then connected to the CPU. Okay. Here input handshaking means CPU is reading the data from the IO device. Here IO device is not sending the data directly to the CPU. It sends the data to the 8255 and then 8255 transfers the data to the CPU. Here see this one. After placing the data on the port, IO device informs to the 8255 by sending the stop signal low. That means IO device informs to the 8255 that I am sending the data. Whenever it receives the data, it receives the signal, stop signal, it informs to the IO device wait by sending the IBF signal high. Input buffer is full. That means 8255 informs the IO device wait, I am sending the data to the CPU. Whenever the 8255 informs to the CPU by making IBF 1, then the IO device don't send more data to the 8255. So it prevents the data loss. Okay, suppose it sends 1 byte of data to the 8255. Now 1 byte of data is present in input buffer full, present in the buffer. So 8255 informs to the IO device by making IBF 1. Okay, after receiving the data, after informing to the IO device, 8255 interrupts the microprocessor by sending the INTR signal. Whenever the CPU receives this INTR signal, in response to the CPU reads that 1 byte of data by sending the RD bar signal. As soon as the 8255 data is read by the CPU, whatever the data present in buffer that is read by the CPU, 8255 informs to the IO device by making IBF low. So IO device can send more data to the 8255. This is the sequence in input handshaking. The peripheral device places the data on the port bus and informs to the port by making strobe low. Now the 8255 port accepts the data and informs the peripheral device to wait by making IBF high. This prevents the peripheral from sending more data to the 8255. Hence, the data loss is prevented. Now, 8255 interrupts the microprocessor through INTR line. In response to the interrupt pin, microprocessor issues the RD bar signal and reads the data. Now, data byte is transferred to the microprocessor. Now, IBF signal goes low and the peripheral can send more data in this sequence. If you see its timing diagram, actually 8255 doesn't have any clock. Actually timing diagrams are drawn with respect to the T states, nothing but clock. As it doesn't have any clock, the timing diagram is drawn with respect to the sequence. First the stop signal is generated, and then next IBF signal is generated by the 8255 to inform to the device wait for some time. Next INTR signal is generated by the 8255, and then in response to the INTR signal, processor reads the data. And then after reading the data, IBF signal becomes slow. This is the timing diagram. Now let us see how output handshaking is done. For output handshaking also we need 4 signals. Those are OBF, acknowledgement, INTR. These 3 are generated by the port C and red bar signal of the 8255. Okay, here output handshaking means that the processor is sending the data to the IO device. Before sending the data to the IO device, it sends the data to 8255 and then 8255 transfers the data to the IO device. Before sending the data to 8255, CPU first checks whether the 8255 is free or not by checking the INTR signal. When the port is empty, it is indicated by INTR line, making it as high. That means when INTR line is 1, that it indicates to the CPU that the port is empty. After confirming the port is empty, CPU sends the data to the 8255. Before sending the data, it sends the red bar signal to the 8255. So now the processor sends the data to the 8255. After receiving the data, 8255 makes the INTR line 0. Okay, now the port is not empty, it has some data. That data must be transferred to the IO device. Before sending the data to the IO device, it informs to the IO device by sending the signal OBF. So whenever it receives the OBF signal, then the device is ready to receive that signal. After receiving the data, it sends the acknowledgement signal to the 8255. Now 1 byte of data, assume that 1 byte of data is transferred through 8255 to the IO device. Whenever it receives the acknowledgement signal, it makes the INTR pin 0. So now the port is empty. So the CPU can send another 1 byte of data to the 8255. This process continues. Then output handshaking. When the output port is empty, the microprocessor writes the data on the output port by giving the red bar signal. As soon as the red bar operation is completed, 8255 makes the INTR low, indicating that the microprocessor should wait. This prevents the microprocessor from sending more data to the 8255 and hence data loss is prevented. Next, 8255 also makes the OBF low. to indicate to the output peripheral that data is available on the data bus. The peripheral accepts the data and sends acknowledgement by making acknowledgement low. Now the data byte is transferred to the peripheral. Now OBF and acknowledgement lines go high. The entire line becomes high to inform to the microprocessor that another byte can be sent, that is the output port is empty. This process repeated for further bytes. If you see, this is the timing diagram. Write bar INTR OBF acknowledgement signal. You know that for this one also 8255 doesn't have any clock, and timing diagram is drawn with respect to the sequence happening. Coming to mode 2. In mode 2, bidirectional handshaking. That means one port can be used for both input and output, and one port has the ability of input and can be used for both input and output. Here the handshaking is same as it is present in mode 1. No difference is there. Only the difference is one port have the ability of receiving the data and also for sending the data. Thank you.